event of former Vice President Joe Biden becoming the President of the United States, that somehow Washington's approach to Kabul government and Afghanistan will change. Other analysts, of course, disagree with that. What is your sense of it?
I think there's every reason to assume that the government in Kabul would want to buy time. I think we all can agree that President Trump's priorities in Afghanistan are not Afghanistan and its future, but the withdrawal of U.S. troops as quick as it can and an end to the American war in Afghanistan, certainly prior to the U.S. election. That's not a great negotiating or supporting position for the Kabul government in negotiations with the Taliban. That's not to say that those may not be priorities for a future President Biden if he were to win the election, but Biden certainly does not have an immediate election in front of him as these negotiations take place, and will be more concerned about America's place in the world than Trump is. So if you were the government in Kabul, indeed, you would want to push or stretch out the negotiation for another 3 to 4 months until you have clarity of what the situation is in Washington.
Okay, so, right, I get the broad point that you're making. But give me a sense of, let's assume, we're jumping ahead of the curve and it's a hypothetical. Let's assume that Joe Biden becomes the president. What kind of qualitative change do you think he would bring to the Afghanistan policy?
Well, let's keep in mind that, of course, he inherited the agreement as it was negotiated by the Trump administration with the Taliban.
Correct.
Whatever you think of that agreement, whether you think that is a strong agreement, whether you think that the Americans may have made, for their own opportunistic reasons, too many concessions to the Taliban, that is the agreement that Biden has to deal with. What the difference will be is that